222 with Swing Traders Anonymous. It's 11:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast in the United States of America. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. We have a couple of swing trades. Swing trade number one, which is Tom's pick, is Doge. It closed over 27.7, so I wanted to inform you guys of my swing trade that I decided to take a gamble on. If you're part of my XRP Future Millionaire page, I did not disclose this to you guys because a lot of people in there are uneducated, have low IQs, and they just can't be bothered with swing trade knowledge. So, in here though, a lot of you guys and gals obviously know how to swing trade. That's why you're here, so I can be more transparent. So if you're looking for my open trades, this would be the channel to look at. If you're sick of a lot of the bullshit, this is a good spot to find me because I can be more transparent. So with Doge, like I said, it closed above 27.7, so I did buy in at 27.77. That's my line right there. That's how I know, and I believe we could have a pump coming, as I've been very clear about. This wedge is closing out, and I bought it at the bottom of the wedge. I said if it closed above at the bottom of this side, I was going to buy it, and I stood true to my word. So I bought, it's about 15,400 shares at 0.277. It's just, I see this opportunity and I don't really care what happens. Until it breaks outside of the triangle, I'm not interested in selling. It could come back down to 27.4 and I'm still going to hold it. If it breaks through there, well then I know I can just buy it cheaper when it breaks way down out of the wedge. But if this does break up out of the wedge, I've got the first line right there that it would almost guarantee have to come hit. Where the hell are we at now? 28.1. Oh man, I wanted to do this update when it was still at fucking 28, right where I bought it, basically. I didn't know it was starting to rise out of this 4-hour candle. But, so I mean, even from here, guys, if we buy from here and we get up to the top of this flagpole, because that's the minimum move you would expect, at least to retest that, even if we're going to get rejected. So, if we do, we'll come from right here, right at 28.1, which sucks because it's higher than where I bought it. So, even from here, that's 6% to the top of the flagpole. But what you should be looking at, ideally on Doge, if it's going to break up, and it's probably best to look in the 3 hours so we can see all the stuff going on. For Doge, realistically, we're looking at this line, ladies and gentlemen. This 33, it's the 32.8, which would be 33 resistance, but it's really 32.8. As you guys know who follow Doge very closely. And then it's trying to get back up to what I call the local top, which was 35 cents. Because I've been telling you guys for several weeks, since it was at 19 cents, that we were on an inverted head and shoulders. Since I started the swing trade channel, I've been talking about it. And obviously, if you guys are used to my XRP Future Millionaire. So we started the inverted head and shoulders, and now we're on the right shoulder, in my opinion. So what I was saying was, over here, we got the inverted shoulder. Right? In that area. Then we came around, we got a head formation down here. Then we come over here, we got another right shoulder, slightly elevated right shoulder, which is a good thing. That could be forming right here, in this area, down in this range. So, you see how it came down to make the indent. So if these are our left and right shoulder, well, the left shoulder, it perpendicularly or horizontally went across. And ironically, that 26.4, when it came down and hit that was perfectly across to this left shoulder. Not to mention all the support levels in between are identical. So that 27.7 line was huge to close above that. And you had the 26.4 and 27 as a double bottom, a slightly ascending double bottom that could propel this up to retest the local top. And if we retest the local top, we'll go from, I bought it at 28 cents, but we've seen 28 once. We'll do it like right here. So I'm sure it'll come back down. Maybe. I don't know. But Up to here is 16%, up to 32 cents. Up to 35 is 25%. But there's if this is an inverted head and shoulders pattern, you have to finish out the pattern. Well, this pattern, ladies and gentlemen, it didn't start at 35 cents. It started at 44 cents when it came down. So that means if this is on an inverted head and shoulders, like I'm thinking, that would be like the hip area right here where you finish off and you got the feet right at the top. That's how I look at it with the head and shoulders. So you come up from the feet, you got the shoulder implanted in the ground, you got the head. Now you got the shoulder implanted in the ground again. Now you got to come back up to your feet. And then you got a full inverted head and shoulders. And because of the pattern it's on, it can either keep going bullish, because every time it seems to be opposite of the market when they start to drop. And now the market's been going balls wild in certain sectors, and this hasn't moved. It's been stuck for the last 15 days. So 44 cents, guys, if it finishes off this inverted head and shoulders, that's 56%. So that's why I've been talking about Doge nonstop, and it's showing it in the pattern. The only thing is with this inverted head and shoulders is it can technically come all the way back down to 19 cents, because it could technically overextend and then it would have a big rise up. But if it does that, it can invalidate the pattern as well. So you're seeing a nice double bottom formation that it's looking like in the 4-hour time frame. And if that's the case, it's going to break up imminently. And the end of this triangle, just for transparency, I don't think it would take all the way over there, but September 5th. But if we tighten it up a little bit, it's probably going to be around September. It just depends how tight you have it. I just have it overextended from the top of the flag. So I like to do it from the top of the candle. But that's what we're looking at with Doge. Just an extended update. Wow, Doge moved up from that to that when I was recording this. Son of a fucking bitch. Sorry. But I like to have it when these, before they start moving 1% or 2%. Because just in case it does come back down, I don't want people to be buying it at 28.2 if they could have got it at 27.7 where I got it. That's a huge difference. Just from the mentality standpoint. Son of a bitch. All right, and then let's get past our hard feelings. But we have our swing trade number 2. And yes, it's been a minute. We've talked about this a lot. What we're going to do, let me find it. And a lot of you guys keep talking about it, so I have no choice. What did I see? We've already done the Matic one. Like, remember all this coverage. Zill, remember we covered at 10.7, and now it's up to 11.2 from yesterday. But guys, I've been getting a lot of Stratis. And we've not covered Stratis in my Swing Traders Anonymous. And there's a reason why I would like to cover it today. Because in the 4-hour time frame, you see we're on an ascending kind of structure. We have a firm bottom in. So we go to the daily time frame. And you can see we have a double bottom in place. It's already gone up about 150% from the bottom. So right now it looks bullish. If it holds this right now, you see it's pulling up again. It pulled to 260, so that's going to be your high point resistance up at 265. You've got an underneath pullback on the candle of $2.12, so that's your trading range right off the bat. Or actually, no, not that high. It's a little bit lower on this one candle, so about 215 we can say the trading range is. So now, if we do hold this, and we have to come back and reconfirm the head, well, it's come down and pulled. It's held all the way down to 222. Where's it at right now? Okay, so it's come up to 233. So you can either come back down, retest this area at the 215 mark and hold it, or you'd come through. Or you start to uptrend and have a burst up to 265, and probably get held somewhere up around this candle at 246. So I'd say your local overhead resistance is 246 to the 249 range. Probably 249, I would say, is the better range. Now we could say 250. 250 seems to be a strong, stable point. I'm talking with wicks right now. This is, if you don't trade the wicks, well, you're missing out, ladies and gentlemen, because the wicks tell you everything. because that's how far the pattern actually went, and that's where it actually is confirmed and denied from. If you're not trading the wicks, you can't understand the entire pattern, and that leaves a lot of people very frustrated. So to me, it almost looks like it would come back up to 265. Now, if it breaks 265, I was looking back at this before I came on, and it's crazy to think this, but you would go all the way up to this $3 or $2.97 area. And it's so crazy, but that's where a big resistance zone was at. If you fall through now, guys, that's the problem. You don't want to come way back down here to $1.20. You really don't. But you got little resistance points, $1.86. Then you had one way up here at $2.03. So $2.03 would be your underneath if you break through that mid-tier support at $2.15. Now that we've gone to $2.33, though, that gives us this middle area right here at the bottom of this wick. So you're trading between $2.23 and $2.33 right now. Trying to get to, if you're in Stratis, you're trying to get to that $2.40 area. Hold that, at least the $2.37 area. Get to the top side of 237, and then you can play that as the new support. And then you've got a little bit of room to go between 237 and 249. But right now, the only thing you should be worried about is 233 to the 237 range. You've got to break 237 to have a chance at anything. Before breaking back through, I would say $2.30, because then you know you're going back to 223, and then it can be a slippery slope. So watch $2.30 all the way up to $2.37. It's not that big of a range, but if you break 237, you've got a clear shot to 249. So I hope this helped. I'm T-Speaker222 with Swing Traders Anonymous. I hope you took some stock into my Doge update, and pay attention to the support level that I was saying, where I bought at 27.7. It closed at 27.8. So I feel like sometime in the intraday trading today, even if we were to fall through on the daily candle close tonight, we've still got 8 hours to potentially have a pump, even if it wanted to break back down. But I believe Doge, as long as we can keep building up, even if we're only making 2, 3, 4% a day, as long as it's building up and steadily showing that support area is holding up, we're going to have an imminent pump of 25 to 35%, up to 50% in the coming days. And you can't avoid it if you can stay on this pattern. Stay blessed, everybody.